All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is the day that the Lord has made. I certainly hope y'all ready to rejoice and be glad in it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston, and guess what? We come to you live Monday through Friday, faithfully, consistently, with diligence and dedication to help you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. So for those of you that are logging on, for those of you that are preparing to receive the game on this Wednesday, not WED Wednesday, but WIN Wednesday. On this Wednesday, I've got some good information I want to share with you. I got some value that I want to provide for you. And I want you to get in where you fit in. So do me a favor, all right? Let's do some housekeeping checks and balances. Let's go through the list. I want you to hit the like button. I want you to hit the share button. And I want you to tag Lolly, Dolly, everybody, and let them know your boy, Prophet Ramon, he live. The squad is live. We are in his house on this Wednesday, right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. I'm excited, we're excited, and I hope you are excited to take all of your dreams and desires to the next level. Just in case you don't know, we are changing and transforming lives, businesses, ministries, legacies every day under this umbrella. And guess what? We're doing it through vehicles like the Ramon Preston Show, because we use this show as a platform to provide the type of information that you need, that we know can help you start, structure, and scale and succeed in those things that you're endeavoring to do. So please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and do me another big favor. Drop in the comments what city you watching from, what state you watching from, what country you watching from. I don't know, you might be with Elon Musk on Mars with the Martians hanging out. Can you let me know you're on Mars? If you're with Jeff Bezos, you know, getting ready to crank it up and go out of orbit, let me know you're with your boy Jeff. Shout out to ATL, all of my cities. I want you to drop the name of the city that you're watching us from. We want to give a shout out to all of you. Guess what? If you're watching from YouTube, congratulations to you. Facebook, I'm sorry, but right now I got to congratulate my YouTube tribe, my YouTube family. Congratulations to you. Why are you saying congratulations? Because we just passed 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. We just passed 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I just got the memo. I know I was dogging myself last week, but I have an executive marketing consultant that sits in front of me every day now. So I can be bad and bougie enough to say, I know more analytics today than I knew last week. And I just got some analytics today that says we are on course or trending on our YouTube page to see at least 1,000 subscribers every month. So that means every 30 days moving forward, we are going to potentially see 1,000 new subscribers on our YouTube channel. That translates into more than 10,000 subscribers minimum, before this calendar year is up. So shout out to all of you on YouTube. Hey, you Facebookers. I know you're not streaming through our live today, but I got you on my phone. So Facebookers, just in case what you see on the phone camera looks backwards, like the sign behind me, just understand we're streaming, and until we work out the glitches of this issue we're having with our streaming platform, we got to go live on our phone on Facebook. But thank you so much for our YouTube subscribers. We appreciate your love. We appreciate your support. And we appreciate the feedback that you continue to give us. I was up this morning after I did my daily routine, And literally, I probably answered maybe 4 or 5 questions that I received, and just gave some feedback and value to people who had questions. And almost every question that I get, especially on YouTube, is centered around the holding company concept, which is what I'm going to continue to talk about today. So we dedicated this whole week to talking about some of the key takeaways from 2 of our recent VIP workshops. So for those of you who were unable to participate in our in-person or virtual VIP workshops, we hosted in June 2 VIP workshops. One was on accounting, QuickBooks, financial literacy, tax strategies. The other one was on starting and structuring holding companies, building divisions, subsidiaries, managing the day-to-day operations of holding companies, and the like. So if you would like to gain access to almost 10 hours of in-depth teaching and training and exercises on tax strategies, financial literacy, accounting, and QuickBooks, if you would like to get almost 10 hours of teaching and training on the power of a holding company, how to start and structure one, how to file and form your LLC and structure it the right way, how to build your organization out, even if it's a nonprofit or a church, the concept of a holding company works in any entity. But if you would like to have access to almost 10 hours of teaching and training from your boy, we are giving you an offer. We're giving you an offer, but you got to reach out to us. You got to reach out to us. We're offering both of those VIP workshops for $29.99. Some of y'all, I done gave you so much game for free. You should give me $30. Like for real, for real. Like, listen, I'm on the phone. Today I made a couple calls to some of our Blueprint clients and to some people who have already participated in certain events that we recently had. And I'm on the phone with one gentleman. He is a member of our Blueprint game plan. He's been on our Blueprint game plan for some time now. And I called him, and just to thank him and to get some feedback from him and to see if there's any other value that we can provide for him. And in no uncertain terms, what he was saying to me was, man, you done already changed my life. The information that you've already given me, he said, the least I can do is sign up for your workshops and for any of the events that you have going on until, here's what his statement was, until I joined the coaching program. So he said that he was preparing to join our 1-year business coaching program. But again, he was like, man, paying $30 for a workshop or $40, $50 for some event that you hosting is nothing for me. So I want all of you that are watching me today, all of you that are participating in this show today, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to, at the very least, purchase one of our VIP workshops. That means you can look in the comments and you can click the links that are in the comments. You can purchase one of our VIP workshops, and I'm going to give you both of them for free. So if you want to learn how to start a QuickBooks account and how to actually configure it in a way that it makes sense for your business so that you can track your income and expenses. If you want to learn some creative tax strategies so that you ain't being beat across your head with taxes. If you want to learn the fundamentals of accounting in your business finances. If you want to learn how to properly start, or if you've already started, if you want to learn how to properly structure your holding company or the businesses that you're already operating with, I want you to click the links that are in the comments. Or you can just text. You can text, I'm ready. Excuse me. You could text, I'm ready, to the number that you see in the comments. And really, y'all can both drop those numbers in the comments. Somebody gonna respond to one of them. So any number that you see in the comments, you're gonna see, 404-478-7213. And what's the other one? 404-459-549. Let me write that down. 404 459 549 4630. So I want you to do your boy that favor. Some of y'all owe me $30. You owe me $30. And guess what? Not only do you owe me $30, you should be willing to look out for your boy and just give me $30 and take almost 10 hours of your time and say, you know what? I'm going to listen to you for at least 10 hours. And some of y'all should call me from one of those numbers today and say, Prophet Ramon, I want to make a bet. And the bet will be this. I'll give you the $30 for both of your VIP workshops, but I'm going to promise you that I'm going to watch both the workshops. And if those workshops provide enough value to me that I know can change my business and finances, I'm going to make a bet to you that I will commit to be a part of your 1-year business coaching program. Now that's a bet. And I'll bet you that if you pay them $30 and you watch those 10 hours, that if you don't walk away with anything that's valuable to your business and finances, I'm going to give you your $30 back. And might give you a couple other dollars just to go get you a coffee. And don't be calling me capping in line talking about I need that 30 back, dog. I need that 30 back. It wasn't nothing. So anyway, today we're going to continue our discussion on these key takeaways from our recent holding company VIP workshop. Say what? We're gonna continue that discussion. So Monday, I took some time to talk to you about the 10 most common questions for holding companies. Some of you may remember that. If you didn't catch Monday's show, I want you to go back and watch the video of Monday's show on the 10 most common questions for holding companies. And again, even if you don't have a holding company, you might have a regular LLC, a regular S Corp, or a partnership, or you might just be a sole proprietor. You might even be a network marketer. I want you to understand all of these principles and practices that I teach on business and holding companies and systems and processes. All of these principles and practices work across the board. Is my mic on? Mm-hmm. Who said they couldn't hear?
Your wife's mom. She said she can't hear.
Can everybody hear? Can y'all put in the comments that you can hear me clearly? Or you could just click on YouTube and see if you can hear me.
No, I think mom is on.
Yeah, something might be wrong with your phone, but everybody seems to be hearing me. Can you hear me on Facebook as well? Oh, that was Facebook? Okay. Yep, everybody can hear me. Sorry, boo-boo. So anyway, Monday we talked about the 10 most common questions for holding companies, okay? Yesterday, I talked about understanding the holding company, and I gave you a definition and a description for what a holding company is and how the holding company concept actually works. So today I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about divisions and subsidiaries. So basically, when you form a holding company, and really even if your company is formed and it's not categorized as a holding company, you still want to understand how to build divisions and develop subsidiaries under your holding company, because your holding company is going to be your umbrella. It's going to be your parent organization. Your divisions are going to be built under that umbrella, and your subsidiaries are going to be developed under that umbrella. Now, one of the reasons why this flow chart or this way of doing it is important is because when you are very creative as an entrepreneur, sometimes you could get bogged down with a whole lot of ideas and you just don't know how to process those ideas. How many of y'all watching me right now can agree that if you're very creative, if you're very entrepreneurial in your mindset, you have 1,000 ideas that go through your mind every day? Every day you turn around, it's something going on in your mind. You got an idea for apparel. You got an idea to buy a piece of real estate. You got an idea to expand your business. You want to invest in this. You want to invest in that. You want to try this out. All of these ideas. But when you use the holding company as a concept, and you understand how that concept starts breaking down in the form of divisions and subsidiaries, it makes it easier for you to process those ideas. So because I have a holding company, and because I understand the breakdown or the flow or the process of my holding company, which may begin in the form of a division and end up in the form of a subsidiary, because I understand that flow, when I get an idea, let's say if I have an idea to sell shoes, well, I'm going to take that idea and in my mind, excuse me, I'm going to drop that idea in my holding company or under the umbrella of my holding company. And then I'm going to start developing that idea as a division. So that means I'm not going to go get another LLC. I'm not going to go get another EIN. I'm not going to go get another bank account, another accounting system and try to do something grand. I'm going to just take that idea, drop it in my holding company as a division, and now I'm going to just start working on building it and developing it in a way that it can actually become a product or a service that I can start introducing to the market. Some of you that have been a part of any of my workshops or any of my masterminds, or if you're a part of my coaching program, you may have heard me say things about the landing page concept. So when you think about a landing page, you typically think about what you see on social media or what you see when you click a link in some digital platform. But I use that as a imagery or an image or a visual idea of how your holding company should be structured, so that every time you get an idea, you don't get lost for 6 months trying to see if that idea gonna work. Every time you get something that you feel like you should be doing, you don't get thrown off for 3 months. But you take yourself through the same process with that idea, with that invention, with that opportunity, and you push it in the holding company in the form of a division, so that if at some point it generates revenue, it can become a subsidiary. So let's define divisions and subsidiaries, okay? So again, if you have a company, if you got an LLC, if you have an S Corp or partnership, if you have a legal entity, even if it's not categorized as a holding company, you can still use the concept. You can still use the concept. My personal recommendation to you is, if you're working on starting a company, that you start that first company as a holding company. And again, it doesn't matter if you're just starting a company to invest at some point, if you're starting a company to have a side hustle and to just legitimize it, or you might be starting a company because you just want to be free and you want your company to take care of you and you want to build it so you can have a legacy. I would say your first company should be a holding company. But guess what? Whether you started and categorize it as a holding company or not, let's just assume you start LLC number 1. All right. Well, the concept that I'm talking about allows you to take LLC number 1 and use it not just as a company or a business that provides products and services to clients and customers, but you also want to use it as an incubator. You want to use it as a think tank. You want to use it for what wealthy companies call research and development. And that will begin with what we consider to be divisions and then subsidiaries. So let's identify with what a division is and how a division actually works. By the way, if you have any questions, drop the questions in the comments, okay? Drop the questions in the comments if you have any questions. Or you can call any one of the numbers that you see, because we're at one point we're going to have like 30 numbers in the comments. Like, call, just pick one and call. But right now, if you want to call and ask a question while we're live, just look in the comments and dial one of those numbers so that I can answer your question on the live. So what is a division? A division, by definition, is a department or a functional area of your holding company that temporarily produces and or provides products and services for research and development. Now again, if you purchase our workshop that I am giving you an offer to purchase 2 of them for the price of 1, which is $29, you're going to have access to all this information that I'm sharing.
Somebody asked a question.
We got a question? What is the question?
He was like, why does your business school have to have religious ties?
The reason why my business school have to have religious ties, because I'm a prophet. I'm a religious leader. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but the question is, why does my business have to have religious ties? I'm a religious leader. I'm a leader in the faith community. So just like anybody else, if I was an atheist, that atheist will want to tell people I'm an atheist business owner. If I'm Muslim, I want to tell everybody I'm a Muslim business owner. You know how many restaurants I walked into and I see big old Buddha sitting at the front door? They letting you know they're Buddhists. So it's not to offend anybody, but at the same time, if people get offended because I'm religious, then they're not my client. They're not my perfect customer. So I hope I answered that question. So what is a division? Lul over here like. Yeah, I'm saved. I speak in tongues. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I speak in tongues and I love the Lord. So everything I do is religious. So that's just what it is. So a division is a department or a functional area of your holding company that temporarily produces and or provides products and services for research and development. Now I want to break that down for you so you can really understand what that means. Number one, what? When a
Samantha said she got you. Samantha.
Samantha like, woo!
Samantha.
That boy speaking tongues. Yeah. Did y'all see me on at Grant Cardone's event? When I was down there and they brought me to the front, one of the first things I said was, I'm a leader I'm a faith leader. Yeah. I lead a tribe in the faith community. I'm not ashamed. Cause I know what God did for me. Exactly. I know I'm very religious. Now I know some people, and just to throw a little shade to some religious, some extra deep people. There are some people who feel like, oh, because we use these new cliches. Oh, I ain't religious. I'm not about religion. I'm about relationship. Well, you really don't have a clear understanding of what religion is. Because people who say they're not religious, you really just don't know what the definition of religion is. You haven't even done a search on the word religion, and you might not even understand the etymology. Now I'm finna get real deep. You don't understand the etymology behind the theology. Now that's something for you to swallow. And that was for free. You don't understand the etymology behind the theology. So just in case you need that footnote, when you understand the etymology of a word, you understand the origination of the word. You understand where the word derives from and what the original intention of that word was. When you connect the etymology of a word to the theology of that word, you understand why you use the word and what the purpose of that word is. So for me to say I'm a religious person to a new schooler or to somebody who doesn't understand etymology or theology because they've never been to biblical study school, they've never trained on a real academic level to understand the Bible and the origination of the Bible and the word, they just around here just loose as a goose hollering about, well, I ain't no religious person. I ain't about religion. I'm about relationship. Well, I'm about relationship too. And I understand what being religious means. So when you understand that, now you look at certain areas of your life and guess what? You are religious. Because how many times do you brush your teeth? How often do you brush your teeth? Most people brush their teeth every day. Oh, so you religious in your brushing of teeth. How often do you bathe? Do you bathe every day? Oh, you're religious in your bathing. How often do you put on clothes? Do you put clothes on every day? Or you walk around here with stank breath, you stink, butt bookie naked? That means you're not religious, but you ain't doing that. So there are things that you do religiously. So when I say I'm a religious leader, I know what I'm saying and I know what I mean. Back to my point, because y'all done threw me off for 5 minutes.
So I have a business question.
Here's a business question. Come on.
For D&B, are your operating companies registered as being owned by the holding company, or is this just in your operating agreement for internal purpose?
No, your operating businesses should be, the question was, are your operating businesses registered to be owned by the holding company, or do you just put that in your operating agreement? Depending on what the operating business is doing. If it's operating as a division, you don't have to register it necessarily because it's just a division. But if it's something that is risky, if it's something that is volatile, which means that there's a liability that comes with it, then you're going to register that operating business as a separate entity, and then you're going to make the holding company the owner. But at that point, that operating business is no longer a division. Technically, it is a subsidiary because it's now owned entity by the holding company. So when I say a division as a department or a functional area, I'm referring to an operation under your holding company that temporarily provides and produces products and services for research and development, meaning that you're not gonna like create a business division and leave it as a business division forever. You're just doing it for research and development to see if there's something there. Because a lot of people, what they do is they get an idea, and guess what they do? They go get an EIN. They go get an LLC. They go get a new bank account. They get a logo. They get all this. Some of that stuff you might need, but the legal side of it, you go do all that, and then in 3 months you're bored because you realize it ain't no business. It was just a good idea that I had on paper, and I should have just put it out there, see if people responded. And then if they didn't respond, I could have 86'd it and kept going, or 87 it, whatever it is. Let's keep reading. So these divisions or areas may be DBAs. That means they're doing business as, which are names that are used in the public to introduce certain products and services to the marketplace. So that means when you have an idea, if Ramon Preston Enterprises has an idea, if me and my team come up with an idea, and we want to take that idea and turn that idea into a product or service. Well, we're going to turn it into a product and a service, and guess what some of the first things we're going to do? We're going to create a logo for it. We're going to create some type of brand recognition for it. We might create a landing page for it, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to introduce it to the market. So that means we're going to send emails out and text messages, and we're going to use platforms like this to say, hey, we got a new product. We have a new service that we're providing. It's called ABC. And here's what it does, and here's how much it costs. If the market responds to it, meaning that if somebody calls or responds and says, I want to purchase that, and if enough people do that over the course of a certain window of time, then the market just told me that this idea that we turned into a product or service is good enough to be sold. And if it sells enough, we can take it out of the incubator stage of research and development as a division, and we can actually make that idea, which has become a product and service, we can make that a business. If you go through that process, like I'm saying, you're going to prevent from having to be disappointed and feel like a failure and backtrack and get thrown off of focus. It's going to prevent so many things because now you've created a process for how you filter your ideas, and that can all happen under the umbrella of a holding company and in the incubator of what we call a division. So one of the most popular functions of a holding company's division is to provide demographic and geographic market advantages through symbiotic flows. Man, this is so much information. I hope y'all really understanding what I'm sharing with y'all. So I'm gonna take my time with this, okay, so you can understand what that statement means. One of the most popular functions of a holding company's division, here's the reason, one of the reasons why you want to have a division, because it functions in a way that it provides demographic and geographic market advantages through symbiotic flows. So what are demographic and geographic market advantages? Well, demographics refer to people, okay? Geographics refer to places. So I'll give you an example of a product that I have in our company, and it's a division. So Ramon Preston Enterprises is the holding company. The RP Business Coaching Program, which is a one-year coaching program, it is a division. It is a division of our holding company. So because we made the one-year business coaching program a division, it gives us the ability to provide demographic, meaning that there's a certain group of people who want business coaching. It provides geographic market advantages because now there are certain people in certain places, or not necessarily physical places, but certain spheres of influence geographically who want to know more about business and who also want to be coached on a business and financial level. So that is a division that we have under our holding company that, number one, provides demographic and geographic market advantages, but these advantages come through symbiotic flows. The symbiotic flow meaning that I didn't start a division, like let's say if I started a construction division and I'm around here marketing construction. Oh, I do construction work. You know, we put carpets in and we do window washing. We do window tinting. Let's say if I did window tinting. Well, that's really not a division that is symbiotic or similar to all of my other products and services. So if you understand this, it's going to hold you accountable as an entrepreneur. Because if you're an entrepreneur and you're building a business in this lane, you shouldn't be trying to build 4 or 5 other businesses in all these other lanes. At some point, you may be able to afford to do those other things. But when you're building and developing an organizational enterprise, you just cannot afford to be doing 1,000 things just to get $5 from 1,000 things. Because if you got 1,000 things going on and you're only getting $5 from each one of those things, you just made $5,000. When you should have focused on one thing and just figured out how you can have a product or service that can make you $5,000, and you just get real good at that. That's one of the reasons why one of the biggest things we emphasize on here is business consulting, because that simplifies what we do. It simplifies what we're about. And it may be 1,000 things under that umbrella, but that's not what we're headlining our organization with. So you got to think about that. You got to keep that in mind. So we talked about that. These divisional flows allow holding companies to expand without compromising or without drastically modifying the organization's existing corporate structure. We got a question?
He was like, man, this is so good. Is there any literature on this?
Yeah.
Do you have a book?
I don't have a book on this, but I have several vehicles that you can get in and you can learn everything that I'm talking about right now. Number one, the entry level would be you sign up for one of our VIP workshops that we're offering 2 for. All right, that's a $29.99 product. For $29, you can sit in front of your phone, your computer, your tablet, and for almost 10 hours learn a whole lot about holding companies, divisions, subsidiaries, tax strategies, accounting, and financial literacy. That's one vehicle. The next vehicle can be our blueprint game plan. Our blueprint game plan is made up of hundreds of video training programs. Hundreds of programs. We got hundreds of video lessons on entrepreneurship, business ownership, investing, wealth building, financial literacy, and that is through the vehicle of our blueprint game plan. So you can purchase our blueprint game plan, get immediate access to it for 1 year, unlimited, and you can study and do all the training you need for 1 year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's with our blueprint game plan. The third vehicle is our 1 year business coaching program. Now, with the 1 year business coaching program, you get me and my team providing one-on-one coaching sessions for you. You also get free access to our quarterly group coaching masterminds, in which we're preparing for one in a few weeks. You get a 52-week, 1 year, 52-week schedule. And on that schedule, there are 52 weeks of touch points. So that means every week for 52 weeks, there is something we're doing with each other. Either we're coaching you one-on-one in person or virtually. Either we're calling you with bi-weekly coaching calls, or we're seeing you virtually or in person with our group coaching masterminds. And guess what? With the coaching program, you get our blueprint game plan for free. So we give you all the other stuff that comes before the coaching program free. So you could get access to our VIP workshops. You can get access to them for free and the blueprint game plan if you get the coaching. And then our next vehicle is our consulting group. We have a whole consulting group. And that consulting group is more tailored towards entrepreneurs who want a better infrastructure for their company or for their organizational enterprise. And through our consulting group, we literally provide the services to file and form your LLC. So you can actually pay us to file your LLC paperwork. You could pay us to structure your holding company. And you could pay us to help you create the systems and the processes that you need, like executive systems, sales systems, marketing systems, financial systems, operation systems. You can pay us to help you do that. So any one of those four vehicles, you can get all this content. I'm going to write a book on this, but I'm going to write it when I know I need to write it.
Right. So thanks for answering my. Okay, so the one that he said he just purchased the holding company workshop.
Okay.
So, yeah. He said you sold him.
Oh, good. Good. What's his name?
That was this engineering appliance repair.
Engineering appliance repair. I want to give you a shout out. He said, you just sold me and I just purchased the live VIP holding company workshop. Mm-hmm. Whoop. There it is.
Randberg, thanks for answering my question about the holding company with the LLC under it. Do you have a step-by-step on how to create umbrella and add an LLC 1 and 2?
I do have a step-by-step. That step-by-step is either in our workshop, our blueprint game plan, or you can take advantage of our 1 year business coaching program. You get the workshop for free, you get the blueprint for free, and you get me and my team to not only teach you through our courses the step-by-step process, but to coach you to make sure that you're doing everything step-by-step correctly. And guess what? Our 1 year business coaching program, we provide a 24-month payment plan. So we give you 24 months to pay off a 12-month program. That's how confident we are that you're going to win when you join it. Because we already got winners in it. So we already know you're going to win. So yeah, that step-by-step process, we teach a little bit of that in the workshop, because we're limited in time. We only have 4 hours in that workshop. We also have an entire program that walks you through the process with videos, with documents, with forms, with tutorials. Like, you need to take a look at our Blueprint Game Plan program. You need to literally click the link, go to our university website, click on Blueprint Game Plan, look at all the courses and the hundreds of lessons that are in those courses, and you will see a course in there called Starting and Structuring a Holding Company. We have video tutorials. I literally walk you through how to get your EIN, how to make sure that you categorize your information as a holding company when you obtain your EIN, how to file your LLC articles of organization, how to categorize that LLC as a holding company. I also have tutorial videos to show you how to go back and get an EIN and an articles of organization for LLC number 2, which is a subsidiary, and how to make sure that it is owned by the holding company. I show you how to integrate systems into it. Like, I'm giving y'all the game. I'm telling you, the day is gonna come, this Blueprint Game Plan is gonna be like a $10,000 program. And people are gonna be looking back saying, dog, I should have got in when he was giving this Blueprint Game Plan away for $1,500. This coaching program that I have, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a $50,000 coaching program. I guarantee you it is. I know people who coach today. I've had people. Matter of fact, one of our clients, well, two of our first clients that bought our coaching program twice, they both told me, let's see, when they bought the first coaching program, remember, I think it was the second session, they told me, it was like their second session, they said, your prices are too low. And this was a coach. One of these people was a coach. They had a whole coaching program. Exactly. She bought 2 coaching programs from me, and she said, your coaching program should at least be $25,000. She says, I've been a part of other coaching programs. They don't even give you what you're giving people. And this was session 2. And I think they had like 6 more sessions to go. And they was like, wow. So I hope I answered the question. So I just gave you a definition of what a division is and how a division works under a holding company. Now let's look at what a subsidiary is. What is a subsidiary? If y'all getting some value from this, can you please give me some feedback? Can you give me like one of the biggest takeaways you've gotten so far? Like, what is the one takeaway you've gotten from what I've said so far today? Is it one statement? Is it one concept that I talked about? Please give me some feedback, especially on YouTube. We just crossed 4,000 subscribers. We're trending to have at least 1,000 subscribers, new subscribers every 30 days. So y'all definitely gotta give me feedback, interact, comment, and let me know how I'm doing over here. I don't even know if anybody noticed, because I wear the same shirts, not literally the same shirts. I have to always explain that, right? I don't literally wear the same shirt or the same blue suit every day. I just wear the same kind. So that means I have like a closet full of these suits. This same color suit, this same exact suit, I have a closet full of them. This white shirt and my black shirt that I wear, I have a closet full of them. I have so many of them, like some of them are just like in bags. I think I got like 2 garbage bags just with stuff in it that I done wore it. I'm ready to get rid of it. So some of y'all probably didn't even notice, because I haven't worn a white shirt on the show. I don't even know if I've worn one since we started the show. I think every video is a black shirt. And it'd be so funny, because sometimes when people see me that don't know that, they like, wow, like, is it something with this suit? I'm thinking, yeah, it's like my signature suit. I like to wear what I like to wear, what I'm comfortable with. So what is a subsidiary? A subsidiary is a legal entity that is owned not by you, but it is a legal entity that is owned by your holding company. All right, so remember, you don't necessarily need a subsidiary until you have proven that product and service as a division, unless what you're doing with that product and service is too risky. Like, for example, my wife and I, we're real estate professionals and entrepreneurs. So when it comes to real estate, every real estate deal has to have its own LLC. You do not mix and mingle real estate deals. If you're dealing with real estate investing and it is associated to a property, you want every one of those properties to have their own LLC. You do not want to play those games because if something happens on one of those properties and you get sued and that property is associated to your holding company and you got all these other assets that are owned by your holding company, you are in big trouble. So let's say your holding company owns a rental property and somebody renting that property for $1,000 a month. But your holding company also owns equipment, copyrights, patents, stocks, bonds, ownership interests in other companies, and you get sued because somebody was drunk, came home to use the bathroom, slipped, fell, bust their head open, and got a concussion and in a coma because they tore up from the floor up. Now you in court trying to defend and protect your whole legacy behind $1,000 a month because you didn't put that in a separate LLC. So when it comes to real estate, there like no exceptions, has to have. But when it comes to other operating business endeavors that are symbiotic in nature, they're similar to what your holding company exists for, right? Or they're similar to what makes you who you are, and it's not a risk, then it can be a division. But if it's too risky, that insurance, liability insurance, hazard insurance can't cover it, then you're just going to separate it and pay that extra money to have a different entity. But even if you leave it as a division, you want to prove it out by making sure that you can take it to the market. Because I just don't understand. You cannot do business backwards. Meaning that if I have an idea, right? And that idea can be converted into a product or a service. The first thing I'm going to do with that product and service is start sending emails out, text messages out, start calling people, and start advertising it. And if people start buying it, then them buying it is giving me a proof of concept that this may be something that people want. If nobody responds to your emails, if nobody buys what you got, then the market is telling you that you need to go back to the incubator. You need to reset the price. You need to revamp the product. You might need to add extra services or products to it. You need to change it up and reintroduce it. And you got to do that over and over again until somebody responds and enough people start responding. When that happens, you can transition that division into a subsidiary. And when you do that, you're transitioning it into a legal entity that is owned not by you, but is owned by your holding company. Meaning that if you got 4 different businesses right now, 4 different EINs, 4 different LLCs, 4 different bank accounts, they should not be all owned by you. One should be owned by you. The other 3 should be owned by the holding company. If it is not structured that way, you are limiting yourself from maximizing wealth building advantages. I think I made that clear right there. So subsidiaries are typically filed the same as holding companies, but they are coded or categorized for the specific industry that they are in. The difference is that instead of you as an individual being added as the member of the organization or as the member or organizer of the subsidiary, you are replacing yourself with your holding company as the organizer. One of the most popular functions of a holding company's subsidiary is to provide tax, liability, and regulatory protection. A properly structured subsidiary also enables the holding company to acquire and control operating companies that manufacture critical components needed for the production of their products and services. I know that sounds like a bunch of minutia, but good God Almighty, if you were in my workshop or if you were in our Blueprint Game Plan program, our virtual online educational program, and especially if you were one of my clients as a coaching client or a consulting client, everything that I'm saying to you would make so much sense. And your business will be more effective and more efficient. So for those of you that have been watching, enjoying today's show, tomorrow and Friday, I'm dedicating this whole week, like I mentioned Monday, I'm dedicating this whole week to giving you some key takeaways from our recent VIP workshops. We just hosted 2 VIP workshops, one on holding companies and one on accounting, tax strategies, and financial literacy. If you respond today by, number 1, clicking one of the links in the comments, or number 2, texting "I'm ready" to one of those numbers, if you respond that way, we have several amazing offers for you. I mean, this is not a game, especially those of you that are in the faith community, you're in the black faith community. Like, it's time for us to stop tripping. It's time for us to stop thinking everybody's trying to get over on us and start listening to prophetic people who God is using to tell you, hey, you got to listen. The Bible says, since everybody, want to talk about what the Bible says, here's what the Bible says. The Bible says in the book of Hosea, some people get it twisted. They forget I'm a prophet and a preacher and a homiletician and a theologian and a seminarian student. I know what I know, and I never been to college. I'm just saying though, I know my stuff and never sat in a college classroom, but I know what I know. So my point is, the Bible says in the book of Hosea, chapter 12, verse 13, cross-reference what I'm saying. It says, by a prophet, Israel was delivered. By a prophet, Israel was preserved. Well, let's cross-reference Hosea chapter 12, verse 13. If you cross-reference it, see, I'm teaching now. If you cross-reference Hosea 12 and 13, it's going to connect you to the mass exodus in the book of Exodus that was led by prophet Moses, where he, as a prophet, led an entire nation of Hebrews out of the northern continent of Africa called Egypt into the wilderness, and at some point they subsequently ended up into the promised land. And one of the most important transactions that took place the night of the Exodus, the night of the 12th plague, one of the most important transactions that took place was an economic transaction. Some of y'all better start hearing what the Lord is saying and stop thinking, oh, he's just trying to sell me something. You better start hearing the Lord on this stuff.
So she said, so if I have my event planning, this is on Facebook. You see it?
Uh-huh.
Company, do I need to have another LLC
Subsidiary?
Yes, for my balloon
decor?
Decor, yeah.
The question is, oh, I see it. The question is, if I have my event planning company, do I need to have another LLC subsidiary for my balloon decor company? I would definitely have to kind of like get into some of the nuts and bolts of your day-to-day operations to be like almost 100% accurate with my assessment and my professional opinion and perspective of that question. But on the surface, I would say, as long as you have the proper insurance to protect your business and the operation of your event planning, your balloon decor can actually be a division until you develop it enough so that when it branches off as a subsidiary, it makes financial sense. So at some point, if you're building a company around event planning, your balloon decor company will be a subsidiary at some point. As a matter of fact, if you're building an event planning company, once your event planning company merges into a piece of real estate, for example, let's say if you want to have a venue so that you can house and host events yourself and have a place as a warehouse for all of your equipment and all of your staff and all of your event planning, structuring and everything. Well, you're going to have 3 or 4 different subsidiaries because the real estate part of that is going to be a separate business deal. The event planning may be a service that's not limited to balloon decor or a piece of real estate. So the event planning as a service may be a global event planning service that has a proprietary process that you create as intellectual property that your holding company owns and licenses to your event planning company. Girl, I'm giving you the game right there. Ooh, huh? So you need to give me a call. You need to call me. If you understand what I'm saying right now, you need to break that down that way. This is why we all need business consultants in our life. You need to break that down that way. So I would recommend for you to give us a call. Let us set you up with a free consultation and let us plug you into our blueprint. Let us plug you into our coaching program. And if you're already up and running and your organization is moving forward and is economically strong enough, you can even consider being a part of our consulting program, and we can walk you through that process and really help you build a solid infrastructure to scale that business. So feel free to just text us or call one of the numbers that you see in the comments. Y'all, we helping a whole lot of people. We helping a whole lot of people, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm not playing no games. I'm telling my team almost every day that we changing a whole lot of lives, and we want to change a whole lot more lives, especially those of you that are in communities that we predominantly serve. I mean, I don't make no excuses, and I definitely don't apologize. I know some people feel some kind of way about it, like, dog, why you always, I mean, it just got a question. I'm not saying the question was offensive earlier, but what I'm saying is I get people that ask that question, like, why you always talking about God and church and, excuse me, the Holy Ghost and spiritual things in your business? Why you always talking about you serving the black community? I'm not being biased or prejudiced, definitely not racist or ignorant with those statements. What I'm saying is I'm a prophet of God. I'm a man of God. I'm a faith leader. And my prophetic ministry, my servant ministry, and my entrepreneurship leadership and business leadership and community leadership has been predominantly serving the black community, and more specifically, the black faith community. I mean, it is what it is. We can sit down and look at all of our clients. We can look at all the people we've served. We can look at everybody that goes to our church and everybody that's a part of our network. You can look at any aspect of my organization, and you just do the math and see how many white people in there, how many black people. How many atheists do I serve and how many Christians do I serve? How many Muslims do I got? How many Christians do I got? I mean, it is what it is. Numbers don't lie. So it's not like I'm being biased. It is what it is. I'm half white. And you would think if I'm half white, my mama was white, my my grandma, a white woman, raised me. That doesn't mean everybody who's white gonna gravitate to who I am and what I got. It is what it is. Most people who appreciate what I have and who get what I have, at least at this stage of my entrepreneurship and ministry, have been predominantly black people of faith. Period.
Samantha said yes. Once I joined the coaching program, everything changed. The game changed.
One of our coaching clients, Samantha Warwick. She is representing the new founded Samantha Warwick Enterprises.
Go ahead, Samantha.
via her coaching with Ramon Preston Enterprises.
Session tomorrow.
And she was just saying that the coaching program has what? Has since she's joined the coaching program, everything has changed.
The game changed.
The game changed. And we're so proud of what you've done. I mean, in a short period of time.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
She did a 180.
She has restructured her organization, rebranded her organization, represented her organization. Everything is amazing. So thank y'all so much. I love y'all. If there's anything that we can do to help bring more value to you, that is absolutely beautiful. Wow.
Mom saw it yesterday, but
those are her shirts?
Them her shirts.
Gone, girl. That girl got apparel and everything. Okay, I got a few comments here. Lula, she says, change the game. Montoya, how you doing, Montoya? Love you so much. She says, you serve who God calls you to. Come on, somebody. Montoya said, you serve who God calls you to. You doggone right. That's who I serve. Whoever God calls me to. And I appreciate that. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Lorraine, thank you, Lorraine, for your question and for your engagement. She says, God is the guide and you are reaching that need in your community. Thank you. Lula said, because you keep God first and he supplies all your needs. Lorraine said, thank you. That is what I needed. I need. This is so good. Well, I appreciate y'all. I want you to take advantage of the offers that we're providing. We're in the process of really revamping our entire organization and what that is going to look like within the next 2 to 3 months, most likely by the time we get into the fourth quarter, entering into the fourth quarter. This whole revamping and resetting that we're doing in our organization is going to provide some amazing programs, some amazing products and services and opportunities for people. I mentioned it yesterday, and I'm probably going to start talking about it more. We're in preparation right now of relaunching our School of Prophets. So we do have our School of Prophets virtual program available on Ramon Preston University. So you could go to our university platform right now and you will see a page dedicated to our School of Prophets Master's Certification Program. So we already have it up. We've had it for some time. We're just relaunching it and reintroducing it. And so that's a new program that we're going to be reintroducing and relaunching. But this time, we're not only going to provide online virtual training for our prophetic students, but we're going to also integrate into that virtual program real live in-person sessions for prophets. So we're going to have like a form of coaching program for prophets. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So what I would encourage you to do, if you are a prophet or if you're prophetic, what I encourage you to do while we're still in the preliminary phase, some people don't know how to hack me. I be telling people how to hack me. Like right now, you could go to Ramon Preston University. You can sign up and join our Master Certification Program. And the price of joining it right now is extremely low because we're still in the incubator phase. But guess what happens? Once I launch it and announce it, which it could be Monday, my squad know how I am. I can come in here Monday, we finna launch it. I got it all done. We done did it all over the weekend. Well, when we launch it, whoever's already currently enrolled in the virtual program, you're gonna already be grandma'd or grandfathered in without having to pay additional prices. Some people just don't know how to hack it. But that's something that you can do. We're also preparing some programs for churches and for ministers and people who are in nonprofit community service. Like, I really want to help our pastors, our churches. I just need more pastors and churches to, just be humble and just not be so cocky and arrogant and dismissive towards social economic change. We understand spiritual change, but my entire nonprofit organization, our Next Level Network, and the Next Level churches and ministries that we have under our network, that entire ministry, church-controlled organization is built with a mission to live, love, and lead people to the next level. That's what our mission is. And guess what? Everything we're doing in our business is ultimately to bring people to a place to get them to the next level. So it's all a part of one mission that we have. So let's not think just because I'm on here talking about getting the bag, being wealthy, getting money, selling stuff, that I don't know what my mission is. I am still on a mission to live, love, and lead people to the next level. I live by Hosea chapter 12, verse 13, because I am a prophet, and the Bible says by a prophet, Israel was delivered. I want to get Israel delivered spiritually, socially, and economically. By a prophet, Israel was preserved. I want to preserve the integrity of the gospel. I want to preserve the integrity of our communities. I want to preserve the integrity of our legacies. And we're doing it not just on a ministry or church level, but we're doing it on a business wealth building level. So I want all of you to be a part of what we're doing. Find your place in this ecosystem. If it's ministry, find your place and plug in. If it's business, find your place and plug in, and let's change the world together. So we look forward to hearing from you. We'll be back here tomorrow with another discussion on some of my key takeaways. If you haven't signed up for our VIP workshop, we're giving you both of them for $29. Just give your boy $29. Dog, like, look out for me. Buy me lunch today or something. Just sign up just to buy me lunch. So I love you. Lula said, I am so glad I got in when I did. I'm so glad you got in too. I love y'all. I want y'all to have an amazing day. Peace. Peace. I love y'all. Thank you, Facebook. We're still working on the glitches that we're having with our technology. 'Cause